Hey there, welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. My name is Koosje Koenen and I am on a creative journey, and here on my YouTube channel I share it with you and I hope that it can inspire you as well. Speaking of creative journeys, I wrote a book about drawing because I love drawing and it brings so much good stuff into my life, and so I had a few things to say about that and made this book for you. Follow the link below the video to get your copy. In August I have been away from YouTube, but I didn't sit still. I have been drawing all summer and I actually have a whole stack of sketchbooks right here that I'd like to share with you today. So welcome to today's Mega Sketchbook Tour. Let's dive right in. This is a Hahnemühle Nostalgie sketchbook, size A4. The paper is really smooth. It is not watercolor paper, but it does hold watercolor paper really well. But your watercolors will behave quite different than when you use a watercolor paper sketchbook. I love the smooth paper because my pen just slides over it. It really responds great with ink, so I really enjoy these Nostalgie sketchbooks. Here's a little experiment I did with Post-its, and yes, so the paper is thick enough to hold watercolor, and I also love to combine colored pencil on top of watercolor, but as you can see, just pen also works really well. Here's a festival I went to, a music festival, and that's home, more home, a drawing morning meditation. I like starting with a drawing in the morning. And as you can see, there's everything in my sketchbooks. It can be sitting at home, it can be sitting outside on a terrace. It also includes classes that I teach. I draw on the way somewhere. This is the starting point of Paris, where I hosted a weekend workshop together with Sabine Wisman, the city drawing trip, and it was really fantastic and honestly kind of a dream coming true that I get to teach classes to awesome artists all over the world basically. And in my favorite places like Paris. So when I draw in my sketchbook in Paris, I feel like a true Parisian artist. And when I am back home, I still feel like a true artist, just drawing my life. Here's another Nostalgie sketchbook from Hahnemühle. It is A5, so it is smaller than the bigger A4. But I basically use it in the same way. Just drawing daily or almost daily and doing my thing. It includes classes, it includes experiments, it includes things that I love, things that I don't love so much. Things that at first I didn't like, and then when I look back at it, I'm like, that's not bad at all. Memories, drawing together with my dad actually, drawing with crayons, drawing from photos, drawing my husband, of course, that has to be included. And here is where my vacation starts. So I took off in August and I had a fantastic time. Starting with a vacation in the Dutch countryside. And I did a lot of drawing, but I also did a lot of doing nothing and hiking and just basically enjoying my surroundings, listening to the birds and looking at the flowers and the trees, and it was also lush and green and we had fantastic weather. And my husband brought his banjo so he could make his music and I could study on awesome vans that surrounded us on the camping site where we stayed. And then back home I just keep on going. And I love that these vacation pages are part of the whole sketchbook. It is just really my diary, basically, my visual diary, in which everything is included. Drawing together, drawing alone, being on the way, experimenting and playing. Here's another playful little intermezzo, so to say, because this sketchbook includes, I think, about a week. And I used this zigzag sketchbook from Hahnemühle to just still do my daily drawings, and I tried to connect them in a way. So when I was on location, I tried to connect something, the color or a shape, to the next drawing, which would be in the living room. And that was really fun. These zigzag books are watercolor paper. Here's a sketchbook from Seawhite of Brighton. It's a travel journal with watercolor paper in it. It's A6 and I quite like it. I always need to get used to the format when I switch from a portrait format to a landscape format. But once I am kind of used to it, it's just the thing that I have every day. And I figure it out, and I make use of the pages and of the format. So here I'm drawing people. Quite some interesting studies there. My husband in the kitchen with his guitar. And now we are flying again to France. And this time we are in Nice, which is also a beautiful city. And I became quite the fan of Nice and I do want to come back. I taught workshops here for a week with the Blue Walk. Check out their itineraries because they are amazing. We had a fantastic group of artists. We did all these fantastic activities and visited all kinds of beautiful places around Nice. And every day I would teach a class for a couple of hours or more. So we've been on the road together and on the train, experimented with all kinds of techniques and assignments that I gave everyone. It was so amazing and so inspiring to see how everybody picked up my classes, my lessons, and developed throughout the week. Of course, there was a lot of sketchbook sharing involved as well, and food. Yes, we were in France, so there was good food. This was a view from the window from my hotel room. And this is a drawing that I did on the last day before leaving back home. In the morning of my flight, I actually had just one more swim in the Mediterranean Sea and I loved it. There's more, but I haven't filled the next sketchbook fully yet, so that will come in the next sketchbook tour. But this one I really want to show you. This is a mini zigzag book from Hahnemühle. It has watercolor paper. It is tiny, and one of the participants of the Blue Walk tour gave it to everyone who came because it was her birthday, and I filled it on the last day by capturing the view in one long landscape drawing. I hope you enjoyed that. For me, it's always great to go back to my sketchbooks. It was really great to see my summer in these pages as a sort of a collection. And I really hope that it inspires you to always draw daily, weekly, or at least on a regular basis in your sketchbooks and have fun, be playful, experiment, and keep on going on your creative journey. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You can also support me on Patreon. That would be really great because then I can keep making these videos for free on YouTube and you can get some really great benefits. For example, you can get access to my monthly mini workshops that I do on Zoom. I've added the link below this video so you can find out if it's suitable for you. Anyway, I'll see you next week. Bye!